Good morning. I'm gonna paint a watercolor of a fox, and I'm gonna talk about how to create the feeling of fur. Let's first talk about the composition. Some members rush into the mixing color, start the painting. Let's first spend enough time on the first step, which is the planning, the composition. Take a look at the photo reference. Quite a bit of space on the right hand side. And one is thinking about first, am I going to leave that much space on the right hand side that look like the photo reference? Maybe not. I'm going to leave the left hand side about this much and the right hand side only this much. So I'm going to put the mark over here first. So first think about this is the space and this will be the head. Okay, so no rush, just put little mark for the biggest shape. Now what I want, I'm just use a little yellow color. Maybe take this a little bit like a orange brown color here. Okay, if I put it over here, have a bit of water over here. On this side, I'm going to, the tail is only get to here. That's very important. It looks like it's not a big of deal. But we are cutting the whole painting process into a smaller step. So we make it every step looks as not important. But at the end, every step affecting the look of the whole final painting. And where's the top? And where's the bottom? I'm going to look at the whole shape. Make sure I have enough for the bottom over here. I'm going to move it the top right over here, like over here. I'm not looking at the ear yet, so the head over here on this side, right? That's as easy. Now focus on that, what you want to do, what you want to change. Yeah, I'm gonna come over here like that. This is quite a bit of soft at the end, so I'm not gonna leave the line too solid, too sharp. So I'm gonna soften it first. Okay, like that. That will be fine. But I know, leave enough mark so I know that is the tail right over here. Now the next thing, I'm gonna find out where's the top of the back, right? The body. Okay, I'm gonna be seeing the head over here and the top will be here. Okay, a little bit too dark with this mark. Soften it a little bit. And look at the angle now. The angle of the back, like about coming down over here. Right, that's good. Now have a little tilted line, like that, coming this angle. And let's do a little comparison, okay? This is the side. I set it. And take a look. It looks like start over here, start this point, not all the way to the end. And this point is just the edge of the butt. It's very like a very soft edge, very soft edge like that. Start from here, over here, and this from here to here. I think the head is about a little bit less than 1/3. A little bit less than 1/3. Okay, I'm gonna put the hand over here. Is that? I just make the comparison. I'm looking at it, squint my eye, I can focus. 1, 2, oh my god. It's a little bit smaller, like this. Okay. This the size of the face. Right over here. That's about right. From here to here, and this is 1 and almost 1.5. Leave the last part. So this is about the size. That's good. Now one step at a time. I'm gonna come here. Take a look if this is the top. Okay. And this is the left side of the face. In that case, the ear would be right over here, right? Follow me, one step at a time. Okay, and this side right over here, and that means the ear coming up in this angle and coming here. And this, the tip over here, a little bit lower than the tip of this ear, like that. So a little bit lower. Compare, observe. And then where is it? This landing over here, a little bit less than like a 3/4 of the width of the ear. So I'm gonna put the mark over here. So that means it curve coming over here, like that. One step at a time. It's very important. Easy to say, but lots of people just like to skipping things. Okay. Well, you can skip at some point, but when you are learning painting animals or painting anything, a still life or a portrait, it's very important that you making every step solid. Okay, now I am going to figure out where's the mouth of the fox. This whole shape looks like a circle, rounded. So that means at the bottom over here, it's about over here, and the mouth, it looks like in this location. Right over here. Should it be bigger? It could be a little bit bigger, right? Now I get the mouth over here, the nose will be in here. If you feel like a little insecure to use watercolor to plan, use graphite pencil. But there's no excuse not to plan, not to spend enough time to plan it. And some of our members, they already get used to use watercolor for the whole painting process. This is great, but some new members, they haven't gone through that training, so they do whatever you can or you need. Okay, now I'm going to look at the eye. The eyes are halfway from the mouth to the top, so it's right over here. So always compare. It's very easy, very easy. Trust yourself. It's easy. And now, after I get this eye, I'm going to look for the other eye, compare to the location of this eye, and they're a little bit smaller, right over here, right? You should be able to see it pretty well. Okay, and the nose connect up here. That's good. But you may be thinking about, what about inside the eye? Oh, inside the eye, and you can very easily do it, because you already know the location of the eye, inside the eye, and making a little circle, that's piece of cake. Right? Okay, now I'm gonna add a little shape over here, remind myself, and the top, a little bit soft here over there. Okay, let's keep going, coming down on the front of the neck. I don't want to draw that much of a real sharp line. I just put a little dotted line over here because the fur over there is very soft. Okay, now coming over here, take a look at the leg. The leg compare with the mouth, the face. It looks like star over here and coming down like that. It pointed, the angle pointed up all the way to the side of the face. Okay, so this is the location of this leg. And now continue onto the next front leg. Now looking at here, pointed angle, pointed in the right side of the face. Like that, pointed up over there. That's pretty easy. Okay, and finish the leg over here. And then take a look at the belly. The belly also lots of fur. And I'm going to see it need to be a little bit lower. Okay, actually put a few dotted line over here. That's it. Now coming all the way, and the tip over here, and all the way over here, like that. Right? And now there's the rear leg over here and coming toward end, and looks like this. Start making turn over here and then coming to the back leg like that. Oh, you know what? It looks like the tail, I can extend it a little bit like this, a little bit smoother like that. And the other rear leg and the back is just here like that. Okay, that's good. Now I want to make a decision. I want to raise the snow a little bit higher. That means I'm gonna raise it here. I'm gonna cover a little bit more of the lake. I don't have this much lake over here like that. I'm gonna have it coming up. So this is good. I don't need to see that much lake. This is my decision. You might think about, do you need to use masking fluid? No, I don't. Try to avoid masking fluid as much as I can. I only use it when I need to separate one part of the painting for later. In this case, I want to have the interaction between the background and the fur, so they need to do it together. Okay. Now, what I want to do, I'm going to get a little paper tissue. I'm going to tap and lift up those wet. At the most, it's already dried, so no worry about that. Don't scratch. Okay, just tap, push it down, lift it up like this. Okay, have a good painting habit. Let's start from the background. First, I'm going to use this flat brush. Start working into the background. Okay, take the blue color. I already have a little green color over here. That's perfect. I'm gonna take this color over here and think about the value contrast. Looks like this should be a little bit darker than the background, but down here is lighter than the background. Okay, and the bottom over here is definitely lighter than the background. Background is darker. So I'm going to make sure I have enough blue color. Take some yellow color. I'm going to have looks like a little green color, but I don't want it to be too bright. So take a little red color. Here you go, like that. That's good. Now I'm going to start into the background. When I paint, I'm going to painting around the shape of the ear, like that. That's fine. And do a little bit faster, and then look, there's the white space, light space over here, like that. Okay, a little bit softer over here, coming down, and then the back's right here. Look at the angle. Okay, coming down, but you want to see the whole direction, not just seeing the small. Okay, now do a little curve. I'm going to try to do a little bit faster. Okay, like that for the first run on this side. Okay, come back to the top over here and set the color. That, and come back over here before it gets dry. And here we go. Look at the edge. Okay. Now it's a good time to change color. Like that. Now I'm gonna change a lot more blue colors. Just take the blue color, put it right over here. Let's take a look. That's the edge. Right now the edge is really sharp, right? But when we do it wet into wet, it will be softened. Like this. Include the snow. A lot more blue. Okay. Right over here. Like that. It's okay. Coming down over here, I think I'm gonna move the leg, the front leg, a little bit forward, a little bit, like that. And then we'll just use the corner, the tip of the brush. That's almost the gap, the shape of the gap. It's good, like that. And the back over here. Like that. It's good. The bottom, the belly over here. Good. Like that. Alright, we're gonna do some variation later. Okay, that is a little small gap. We don't have to do it now. Now I'm gonna come back over here. Remember, it's getting dry. So I'm gonna putting the color up here, making sure this edge, this area, a little bit softer. Now what I want to do for the edge over there, I'm gonna just start over here, right? Give the soft interaction, connections between this. And if the water is gonna melt together, that's fine. Okay, I'm going over here too. Like that. And I do want the soft feeling in the background. So whatever the texture is gonna come out, it may be just fine. Okay. And I see a little bit red color, which look like a purple color, right? I'm gonna also put that a little red, blue with red, and putting in here some variety. Get a little red, like this, and over here too. Okay, that's fine. Now what I want to do now, when it's still the background basically still wet, I'm gonna start working into the body. I'm gonna clean my brush, make sure the brush has no blue color, because the new color is not much blue. So, and I'm going to clean up a little space. I don't really need lots of space, so you don't need to every time clean the entire palette. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna take the yellow color on this side. It's a clean yellow, a lot more yellow. And the red color is a clean red color. Here you go. More yellow. After you finish the painting, you can use the water to clean the palette a little bit. Okay, now you go. I'm gonna put in a little red color. Actually, too bad the top over here is already dry. That's fine. We're going to soften the edge. Use another technique later. Okay, now coming over here. Going around. You know what? The face, I'm going to connect it by using lifting off to create that separation. So now over here, it's a little bit more orange on this side. Okay, the leg, there's not much soft edges, so that's fine. Like that. look and paint, and look and paint. I'm gonna have the orange a little bit lighter, a little blue color, so it's not so bright. I'm gonna put it over here, right over here. That's the fur on the ear. Also, light orange color, like that. That's a little light orange, painting around the eye, like that. Let it connected. That's good. Now on the nose. Okay, inside the eye, it also some orange color. That's fine. Like that. Try to leave the highlight. Okay. Now coming to the nose over here. Now on the shadow side. Now coming around. And the whole ear over here also soft. Also light orange color. Now I'm gonna come in to the edge over here. I'm gonna change color. Okay. It's a little bit soft. And first here, I'm gonna continue with this little light orange color. Here we go. Have a little color. Make sure I have a little bit more wet than the outside. But outside very wet, so I'm gonna watch how it's going to turn. It looks like the edge over here a little bit more, instead of orange, is more like brown colors. I'm gonna take a little bit blue in it, like that. The color mixing system is very simple. Okay, I'm going to, because the orange mix with the blue colors more look like green, but the color I want is brown. So come back, need to do a little bit more work after it dries. Okay, a little bit more yellow color. I'm gonna make the color a little bit thicker. Here you go. Push the color in. Okay, now this leg, like that. Okay, for now. If lighter, we can use a lifting off. If the color break, let it break. Okay, it's okay. Now I'm gonna come to use a little smaller brush. First, clean this brush. Make it clean enough. Okay, put it on the side. Now I'm gonna come back to use this new brush from Paul Rubin. I will have the tool in my video descriptions. On this side, I'm going to squint my eye. I'm going to take a look at what color is this. Pretty dark. It's pretty dark in the shadow side. And a little more blue because it's shadow. Shadow have a little cooler color because it looks like the sun is pretty bright and pretty warm. And coming over here. Here you go. Now I'm going to take a look at the edge over here. That's a nice edge because still wet, so it can push the color, have a nice feeling of fur. Now still coming down on the edge over here, but it may be a little bit more blue. Look at the color, look at the value. It's very important at the same time. Now push it, touch the edge to create a nice feeling of fur. Now coming down over here like that. Nice. So over here too. And there. Barely over here. What I want to do is just use the water. Let go all the color because this brush actually keep lots of paint. So I'm gonna let go some of the water like that. I'm gonna start soften a little bit the edge over here. Make it a little soft, and also the orange color a little bit soft. If it look a little bit dimmer, that's fine, like that. And I can do a little lifting and outside over here. Okay, push the color and the outside make a little bit softer like that. That's fine. And I have those water effect, that's totally fine. I'm gonna make this softer too. And the timing is very important. Okay, I'm gonna have a little mark, a little stroke, a little texture showing the connection. Oh, this is the fur. Okay, you know, we're not doing the fur. Oh, we just paint the color. But the edges is very important. Okay, right over here. I'm gonna soft the edge. One hand, we don't need to make our painting look like or feel like a photograph. That's not our intention. Focus on the feeling, and the feeling will drive you what you need to pick up, what you want to let go in the painting, like that. And the outside over here looks good. I just need to use this clean brush, come in here to touch it, to make it a little like remove the persistence of the outline. I'm gonna have it a little bit softer like that. Okay, so it's a lot of suggestions, and it would make it like feel like fur. That's the trick. But we're not making a fox, or we're not making the fur. We're just making the shape. Okay, that's fine. We're gonna come back to do a little more of that. Look at the outside over here. I'm gonna keep that effect. It looks pretty good. And that easily can fix that. Easy can fix it later. Now I'm going to, this close to dry, not totally dry yet. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna come here to remove a little color, but I don't want to have it look too much contrast, because I don't want to make this to be the focal point, right? I only want to have these little suggestions that separate from the background. And that's all I want to do, like right here. That's good enough. Now from here you can imagine, oh, there, that is must be the snow at the front. Okay, now I'm gonna make a little bit darker color, get the blue color over here, get the red mixed with the blue. Like, here you go. I'm gonna have, when it's still wet, it's perfect timing. And a little bit darker, like over here. And a lot of suggestions over here and over here, and have a little bit darker color coming down like this. So that's already good enough for suggesting the ground. Okay, so I'm gonna have this, just the water, extend this color like this. That's perfect. Okay, now I'm gonna continue making the color, and take a look for this color. Is more like a brown color. Have a little bit more red. Now get the blue color. I'm going to use the green shade blue color. Okay, so here we go. There's the color over here, and that's still wet. That's perfect. So now I can suggest that edge. Okay, right over here. Look at the shape of the shadow. I know there's lots of things we need to care about in the process, but observations of shapes is one very important aspect of the painting. Okay, I'm gonna have this a little bit darker. A little bit darker right over here. And a little shape over here, and here can be a little bit darker. Tap the color in like that. That's good. And I'm gonna come back here. I'm gonna take this color, a little bit, maybe a little bit blue. That is showing the outside, the tail edge behind the leg. So put the color over here just for now, and it's going to. I'm gonna come back to make it a little bit sharper, and maybe lifting up, and so on. So here you go. So I have some suggestions. Spray wet, that's good. Tap tap, that's good. That's the edge. Okay, I'm gonna come to this side. Take the yellow color a little bit, a little red color, a little bit more yellow, and kind of like orange color, but it's not really a bright orange color. So I get a little bit blue color in here. Okay, look at here. I can make the entire leg over here to be this orange color before I put the dark color in. That's fine. Like this. And I'm gonna start put the dark color now. And over here, I'm gonna use the brush stroke. So just, that's the fur, right? Do you see that? That's very easy to do. Okay. You may keep thinking about, keep saying this. Yeah, easy for you, but it should be easy for you, right? There's no big deal. And then coming over here, I'm gonna take a little bit more orange colors. I'm gonna have a little bit orange color over here. That's good. And the bottom over here, still a little wet, which is perfect. It will have feeling a little bit softer. Now I'm gonna have a little bit more orange color coming into the body. Okay, I'm gonna have a little bit red, a little bit yellow, so it will look like a little bit brighter, but I don't need to use so thick. The color need to be thinner. Okay, I'm gonna coming over here, coming up like this, and let it connect it. Like that. And now I'm going to come a little bit more yellow, coming to the top over here. Here you go. Like this. See the brush movement. Yeah. That's pretty easy. Okay. And a little bit over here. And down here I have a little bit more yellow color. So I'll take more yellow color. That. Coming on this side. Good. And the top over here. Have a little bit blue colors. Here you go. That's good. And now coming to the head, because the head has similar color, and I think it need to be a little more color here. Okay, looks good. Now leave a little bit white in the middle over here, like that. Good. Let's create all the connections first before we going for the detail, like the face, the eye, the nose. Those would be later. It's easy to do. So you have a little bit more orange color around the eye. You see that? And the top of the nose a little bit lighter. So I'm gonna leave a little bit lighter. Coming on this side, like that. I'm gonna use the hair like that. How they have some blur connections, so I just use the brush like that. Will make it much easier. There's a little blue colors on the shadow side. I would come back to make more later. Okay, it need to be a little bit more clear. And the side of the mouth, and that is this color, the blue, beautiful blue, like that. Okay, on the edge over here, there's need to be darker, the shadow side, okay, like that. And also here, I can tap a little soft line. It could be good enough for that. Okay, tap a little bit over here, and now I come to the edge of the, and it's not just how to make it look like the fur. It's actually look at how soft, how much contrast between one color to the other colors, and the contrast is not much. It's very soft transition. So this is what we try to make it feel like. So I'm gonna come here with this gray color. Here you go. And a little bit, tap a little color here first. Maybe a little too dark, make it a little bit lighter. Like this. A little bit warmer. Like that. Now I'm going to use the water. Soften it. Soften it a little bit. That's good. Now I already have pretty good feeling of the fur. Let's soften that a little bit edge over here. We can come back to focus on, dedicate one step, focus on the edges. Okay, make it a little bit softer. The outside is already dry. And we can rework on the outside too. Now coming back over here, soften the edge over here, like that. That's fine. I'm going to soften the edge over here too. The face is still wet, so it's very easy. Just soften it like that. And the top of the nose over here, I'm going to soften that and make it a little bit more rounded, like a cylinder. Okay, leave up a little color. That's good. Yeah, take a look. And we're going to leave up a little color over here. We're also going to leave up the color at the edge, make that look a little bit softer. Okay, I don't want the dark line over there. I can soften the edge a little bit later. Okay, that's good. Like that, a little soft at the belly. Okay, now I'm going to continue. Now this already dry or close to dry. We're going to wait. Okay, add a little orange color on this side. And let's soften the light shape over here, like that. And I'm going to put the pretty dark color on the front leg, like that. Okay, ready for this. That's good. And also the same thing over here. See that? So you don't have to finish one thing continuously without a break, and you can always come back to do that. Another step in the better timing. Okay. Okay, like this. And on this side, looking for the shape. Understand the anatomy is important. Observation of the shape is everything. Observation of the edge is everything. Okay, that's good. Like that. That's good. Right here. Okay. And on the ear, I can get a little gray color like that. Okay, put it over here. Still a little wet. That's good. Like that. And over here, the shadow side of this ear. Okay, it's pretty good. Pretty good, like that. Maybe a little bit darker, a little bit warmer. Okay, here you go. A little bit red. Tap the color in. It's already wet, so just tap on it. That's good. Right. And let's see how I'm going to use this dark color. I'm going to see this edge turning, the angle turning a little bit more sharper like this. And this is still not solid yet, so I'll wait. I'm going to use this time to come to the outside. Sub a little bit over here, and then I come to the outside to organize the background. Like that. Here we go. I share all my painting reference to members inside the Patreon. So if you're not yet a member, but you want to have download the full-size photo reference and painting with me, and that is another reason, a good reason. There's many reasons you can join our Enjoying Art artist community. Many benefits. Take a look at the link in my video description. Okay, now I'm going to soften the background over here. Actually, this could be another chance for you to redo the edge. Okay, over here, I'm going to soften the edge. Use this big brush. I'm going to let go a little bit of this. I don't want to let go of it. That's fine. That soften the edge a little bit. That's good. And I'm gonna add a little bit more blue color on the edge over here. I want to spice up the color. I also come to the edge over here. Connect it, make it a little softer. Like that. That's good. Oh, beautiful. Carve a little bit like that. That's good. So always come back to the bigger brush to do organizing. Okay, from time to time. So when you use the small brush, you're feeling, oh, do I need to use the large brush now? Well, use the large brush as much as you can. Okay. And I'm going to use it as a little red with the red shade blue color. And you can come back over here, make a little bit beautiful purple color. Okay, like that. And also over here too. Like that. That's good. And the top, I decided to have a little blue color here. And also the new color would help to soften the old texture. I think it's getting pretty nice. I'm gonna have a little bit more blue here. Drop it in. That's it. Right here. Okay. Nice. Like that. Now I'm gonna let it set. I will come back later to continue the painting. I want to do some adjustment. So I'm gonna use my flat brush. Take a look. And let's start from the back, the top over here. I'm gonna make it a little bit softer and make the illusion of the hair. There is a soft, very soft edges. Okay. Now I'm also going to remove some color from the ear over here. I'm gonna make this edge a little bit softer. Because this area is very small, so I just use the corner of my brush. That's already good enough. Like that. That's good. Okay, let's take a look. And this is some color, some stain color. I'm gonna make it softer. I want to remove it. Alright. Now take a look anywhere else. I need to do some adjustment. Okay, here over here. I want to make this a little bit clear. I remove a little color over here, and then before I going in to give some a little bit more contrast colors. So over here also need a little bit lighter too. So when you have a brush have so much hair, so you can just use one direction. You can make a very easy removal of the color. Okay, I'm gonna make a little softer over here too. So when you do the previous step, you don't really need to worry too much. You just leave it for the next step. Like now, I'm gonna do some removing. And over here too, I'm gonna go with the direction of the hair. Remove some. Okay. And now coming over here, I'm going to do a little removing of the color in here. Like that. Just use the corner. Maybe use a smaller brush. Use this fabric shape. Flat brush. Let's see. Here you go. Make a little softer. If you miss the time for the wet into wet, now you're going to use lifting off after it dries. So you can do that. That's good. You want to have a very little contrast. Very little contrast. That's good. Like that. And we're going to be ready for the next step. Let's do the soft hair over here too. make a very soft suggestion. I'm gonna make this direction, make it softer first before give a few here indication in the motion. Okay. Now I'm gonna see if I can do a couple like that. That's good. Okay. And also remove a little bit at the edge over here. That looks nice. A little soft hair over here. Okay. That's good. And I might also leave a little lighter color over here too. Make that a little bit lighter. And also the top over here, make the edge a little bit softer. And over here, I make it a little softer too. Oh, much better. A little bit softer over here. A little bit over here too. Now, it's ready. Okay, one more thing. At the edge on the ear over here, need a little bit lighter. Okay, now I'm gonna come in to set a little correction for colors and also give a little edges over there. And it looks this can be a little bit softer. Let's see. That's good. This have a little. Okay, that's good. Because the outside, the blue color is pretty dark, so it's pretty easy to see the contrast of the soft hair. Like that. Okay, now let's come back. And I'm going to use a smaller calligraphy brush. Let's try to see if we put a little bit orange brown color. I'm going to start from working at the top over here. A few suggestions of here like this. Look at the reference so you can get some inspiration and also help you to find some good solution like that. Right, it already look like the fur on the back. And keep going. And a few over here too. Now I'm gonna turn into a little fresh color. And here you go. Here you go. Okay, now adding some detail. There is multiple steps through the painting process with watercolor. You need to plan on the first step, the composition, and followed by the adjustment for create the groundwork for the bigger composition, the bigger color, the bigger relationship. And after that, and the background, after that drive, and then coming into this step to create edges, which is a little bit smaller relationship. So do a little fine tuning and add a little suggestions for the hair, create the structure. Okay, that's good. A little bit softer over here, otherwise a little bit over tight. Okay, and back over there, I'm gonna have a little brown color. So this will be a little bit brown color, which is have a little bit blue colors like that. That's good. A little bit softer. That's good, like that. Now, coming along, let's come to the phase 2. I'm going to take this color on the top, and I need to also leave a little bit off on the top over here. Make the suggestions for the fur. Okay, a little bit coming here. Look as what is the color, the relationship. Okay, and the edge over here, and I'm gonna go into the shadow side on this side, a little bit darker. Okay, here you go. This is the shadow side, and make sure it's dark enough. Like that. Okay. Soften a little bit over here. You don't want to make the same color going everywhere. You're making sure you see the changes. You're seeing the transition and light value, darker value. Okay. Like this. You make sure you see the value. It's very important. And I'm going to give a very dark color. There you go. I'm going to get the red color with the blue color. That's pretty dark. Right in here. You see that this is pretty dark. Like that. And the corner of the eye over here is pretty dark. Put it in first. The even darkest color would come after. The corner of the eye a little bit dark, like that. That's good. And I come to the edge over here. Come back to the edge. That's good. I have the brush here open up a little bit. See that? So it will be easier to create the illusion of the hair on the edge over here. Like that. Okay. Now the illusion over here. Even though the ear over here, it needs to be even darker. Let's set a little color in here first. Okay. Now I'm gonna come in over here, have a little bit more warmer color with just a little bit orange color over here. Let's take a look. And here a little bit darker, seeing the tone on the cheek. Okay. Now seeing the side over here. That's the local color for the hair. Sometimes you don't want to make it all look really hard, stick out, and maybe a little overdo for the hair, for the edges. In that case, you need to soften it. Like right now, I'm going to just use the hair over here, soften a little bit inside over here, like that. Okay, that's good. Now, have a little gray color. And see the edge, the form turning over, right? So you don't want to look like it come to the edge and stop. You need to see that it's turning over on the other side. Okay, I think the edge over here looks pretty good. Like that. Now, I'm going to squint my eyes. See this? It needs to be even darker. Okay. So I'm going to make this area even a little bit darker. Coming here is a blue color. The catch the shadow. In the morning, it just see a little bit more blue. And I'm coming to get a little bit brighter blue color. Coming to the edge over here. Here you go. Okay. This color looks pretty good. It's ready for the next step. And have a little bit blue color on the edge over here too. There you go. Okay, now I'm gonna fill in a little darker color in the ear. After you have the previous step finished, this step always feel very relaxing. You are dealing with much smaller relationship. Okay, now a little bit darker. Like that. Okay, the ear over here. Still, we don't get into the very small detail yet. Okay, be patient. We're gonna get there very soon. Okay, on the edge over here, make it a little vary. You don't want to have the same thickness of the edge of the border. Look too much the same, and it make it look too mechanical or too hard, and it's not dynamic. Okay, make sure you have that. Okay, that's good. The ear looks good. And on the top over here, first I'm going to soften the top a little bit. Okay, here you go. I'm going to have it a little bit softer. Just use the trust that you can do it. And that's the first step. Well, it's not always you can do it. But trust you can do it so you don't give up. You just keep trying. Okay. The first key is you don't want to damage the paper texture. Okay, keep the paper texture. You
don't want to scratch it. After you scratch it, the area is done. You cannot do more. So I'm going to make this a little bit lighter for now. And I'm going to have a little orange color. Okay, a little bit orange color to get a little fresh red. Okay, I'm going to have a little orange color in here. Got a little orange color over here too. And even inside the eye, have some orange color. Let's do that. That's good. A little bit red and orange. Okay. And this is still not dark enough, so I'm gonna have even darker color in here. That. Have a few smaller lines. Like that. Looks good. A little warmer color at the tip. That is a little bit too much, so I'm gonna soften it. Has it come back a little bit. Come back after this stripe. Come back to give it a little bit more details. Now it's good. Now move on to some other area. I'm gonna have a little bit red and yellow, and I have a little blue colors. Here you go. And more red, a little bit more yellow, and here you go. Now I'm gonna have this a little bit darker area, and you see the changes. If you know the perspective, you know the anatomy, that's just good. But at the end, you still need to rely on your observation. That's good. Like that. Alright, now I'm gonna come to the tail over here. I'm gonna have, first I have a little bit orange color, mix a little more, and over here, like that. And then, and edge this whole area looks a little bit brown, so I'm gonna add a little bit color over here. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Some shadow side. And as I have a little bit blue color. Like that. Okay, the same thing on this side. I'm making sure I've conveyed my feeling that the hair actually turning over. So I have a little bit darker color close to the edge. It's not exactly at the edge. So showing this turning over. Okay, soft a little bit. And a little bit brown color in this area. Like that. That's good. Now come back over here. I'm gonna have a little bit darker. Have a little bit yellow. It look like a gray color. That actually pretty good color. That. Here we go. And coming around. It's good. I'm gonna make it even darker. Get a little blue color. That's good. Like this. And coming over here, I also want to have a little blue color at the edge. There you go. Right over here. Showing its toning. And a little bit more blue color. That's good. Okay. Now it's the time come back to the top of the head. Okay. I'm gonna give a few line suggestions. Look, observe, there's evidence there that help. Okay, that's good. All right, we are going to finish the painting from here. Let's see. I'm gonna soften the edge over here. Now coming into the eye. I'm gonna make some very dark color. So get the blue, Prussian blue, and the Windsor red. Okay, and now I make some color really dark. And first on the ear over here, do one more. There's a little dark color, and coming over here, a little lighter color like this. Here you go. And in here, and also a little bit darker color like that. That's good. And under here is a little bit dark color like that. Now take a look at the inside the eye. The corner of the eye is right over here. This area is already dry. It's ready for us to working into it. Okay, let's see. Like that. A little bit thicker line. Good. On this side. Like that. And then in the eye over here, this iris. Like that. That's good. Now coming to this side. The corner. Like this. Inside the eye. Like that. That's good. Now come to the nose. Let's see. Nose right over here. compare the location with the eye, the two eyes. That looks good. Like that. Have a little light color on the top. I'm going to fill in that light gray color a little bit later. Like this. And I think the eye is there. The ear over here. And the edge somewhere can be darker. That's good. Like that. I'm gonna have this darker color also apply into this area. That's good. Like that. Let's see. Darker color over here. Even darker color over here. A lot of dark color over here too. Okay, let's take a look at the mouth. I'm gonna get a little brown color, get a little bit more red into here with the yellow and a little blue. That's good. Now coming into the mouth over here. Let's see. And then the chin. Like this. Okay. I'm gonna have a little bit, soften a little bit. Get the blue color here. Coming down. That's good. Now fill in this area here. And at this drive, I'm working on the whisker. Okay, like that. A little bit lighter over here. Okay, actually, I want to remove some color. Yeah, the big brush is easier to organize. Continue working onto the mouth and the chin. Like this. That's good. And then I'm gonna lift up a little color for the suggestions of the chin over here. Just a little bit. That's good. That's very good. You always observe, always pick up the information. Okay. And I'm going to take a look and think this eye over here. I'll come back a little bit later. We need to do a little adjustment. It looks like this eye could be a little bit too high, so I can actually remove a little dark color at the corner over here, and it can sometimes a little bit move a little bit, and that would make a huge difference in the impression. That's good. And on the side over here, I'm gonna one more time. That's good. A lot of suggestion that how that turn. Right? It's very important, very easy. All you need to do is pay attention and have the confidence. Okay. And I'm going to add a little edge on this side. It's time to add a little edge. Look before you do it. That's good. Like that. Looks very nice. And don't forget there is a light gray color on top of the nose. We need to fill it in. Here you go. Now the nose look a little bit more rounded. And also like that. Let's do the whisker. Do it very thin. That's good. Like that. Some coming over here. Like that. Pretty nice. And here, even a little bit darker. So I'm going to set a little darker tone over here. I'm going to have this eye here, the corner, coming down a little bit. So that make the impression, the eye, a little bit lower. Now come to the eye on this side. And I'm going to have it a little bit higher. That's good. Like that. Now, I'm going to set the orange color inside the eye. Here you go. Like that. I can leave a little white. And on this side, same color. And the outside. This. And the top, give a few lines. Good. There's a squint your eye. You can see the difference. Okay. Over here too. Like that. It looks very nice already. Let's see. I'm gonna move the cheek here a little bit lower. How to do that? Just make this a little bit lighter. That's good. Now it works. And in this area, I'm gonna make it a little bit lighter too. Like that. Okay. That looks good. Let's see. I decided to make one more round in the outside. I just feeling it needs another round. So I'm just gonna take the blue color, the pleasant blue. I'm gonna have little around, maybe a little yellow color, like that, coming at the top over here. Like this, maybe a little red color too. And here you go, like that. And we're gonna adjust the edges with this one. I can paint it from the inside to the outside. Soften the edge. Okay, and now I'm gonna have a little blue color. Connect that. Coming down over here. I think that's enough blue color. A little bit dimmer. Like that. So lead the attention more into the face area. I'm gonna soften that a little bit. Like this. And then come into this side. I'm gonna have a little bit more of the red shade blue color. Now here you go. I'm gonna use the brush like this, touching the edge. Like that. Maybe a little bit, come in a little bit, like that, touch it to the edge. Here you go. And coming down over here, I'm gonna decide to brush over everything at the bottom. Just a little bit come into the white area. Now the painting is really finished.